Another Saturday. I always jump right into it. And I forget the
Yep.
most important part of the show.
The most important part.
Let's get the theme music first.
Are you ready for the theme music?
I'm always ready for the theme music. Is the
Give me a
theme
1,
music
2, 3.
ready for me?
Yes. Give me a 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
That was it. That was the theme music.
That was great. Yeah. Woo! I'm so ready to go.
I'm not sure what else you were waiting for, but that's
it. I was actually trying to drowning you out for a second. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so let's get into some picks real quick because we're kind of running a little short on time, right?
Yeah.
Let's do our top 25 as always. A little different this week. Out of your regular top 25 non-SEC,
okay.
Have you even looked at the game? Is there a game that you're most?
I've looked at most of them, but I pretty much have an idea who I think is going to
win. Okay. My favorite game of the day out of the top 25 non-SEC version is TCU at Oklahoma. I know that Oklahoma State at Texas is the highest ranked game. Right. I don't believe in Oklahoma State's offense anymore, so I just don't know how that game will actually go. I'm looking forward to TCU Oklahoma because I think there'll be some points there. But starting from the top until we get to my game of the day, UCF at Cincinnati. I'm assuming we're both taking Cincy, and
of course,
nobody
Cincinnati
really cares.
By a large margin.
Yeah, Michigan State at Indiana. I'm rooting for Michigan State this year. I would love for Michigan State and Michigan to be undefeated. Oh, shout out to Ahoda. Michigan is off this week, but last time we picked against Michigan, we were both wrong. So Ahoda, thank you. Michigan's awesome. We love you, man.
I'm also going with Michigan State in this game. I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens in the Big 12 because, or excuse me, Big 10. Sorry, the Big 10 because
counting was never your strong suit. Go ahead.
It's like Michigan, Ohio State, and Michigan State are all on some sort of collision course, but obviously one of those teams is going to have to lose.
Right, but obviously Michigan is the best of the bunch.
Yes, for a certain person's sake, yes.
Yes, for a certain person's sake. Okay. Oklahoma State at Texas, not the same Oklahoma State from the past, but Texas, as long as they rebound from that loss to Oklahoma, they will be fine because the Big 12 championship is still in sight.
That's what I'm thinking off of them rebounding from what they did last year. And I said this last week, I like Casey Thompson better than Sam Ehlinger from the past 4 years. I think he's a better quarterback. Yeah. I think Texas is in good shape to set up for the future, and I think Sarkisian has his quarterback, so I think he's going to prove it today.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm enjoying this nice weather and this great breeze. I'm sorry you're stuck in some.
I'm enjoying this nice wall.
Oh, that's a good wall. It's a really good wall. Okay. Purdue at Iowa. Iowa easily.
Iowa, yeah. I keep forgetting.
You don't even sound excited. Iowa.
Purdue doesn't get exciting until they play basketball.
Yeah, basically.
So, yeah.
BYU at Baylor. Surprisingly, both teams at 5-1. BYU the only one ranked. I'm going with Baylor.
I'm definitely going with Baylor.
Upset. Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Baylor's favored, so I guess that tells you that Vegas already thinks more about this.
Yeah, and they got the home field advantage too.
Yeah. TCU at Oklahoma.
I'm going to go with OU, but I do
think I think keeps it close.
Yeah, I think this could be an interesting game. And I think they keep it close. It might be some points scored, but I still haven't believed in OU's defense for the past couple of years, and it's going to take a lot
since like the 90s, bro.
Probably since the 90s, so it'll be an interesting game.
Yep, I agree. NC State and Boston College. I'm gonna take Boston College in a slight upset. I think them at home.
I'm also taking BC. I don't really know about either of these teams, to be honest with you, but I'm going to
go play in the ACC. I do know that.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Boston College, and the ACC hasn't looked real pretty this year, especially with the game last night with Syracuse and Clemson. Oh my gosh, that was.
Please don't ever mention
horrible.
That again. Don't ever mention that again. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Never on this broadcast.
Gotcha.
I know it's Halloween and all, but no more of that stuff.
Okay.
Arizona State at Utah to end the night.
I'm gonna go with Herm Edwards and Arizona State.
I'm gonna go with Utah then, just because.
The big question is, are we gonna be up to even watch this game? I might be
up. The game is at 6:30, and I will have had a lot of milk and water in case mom's watching.
Right.
Up until that point, so 9 o'clock is a tough one for me.
Gotcha.
That's a tough one. So, switching over to SEC real quick.
Okay.
My SEC game of the week, Raj, by the way, Ole Miss and Tennessee.
Oh, I didn't know if you were going to say Kentucky and Georgia.
No, because I'll get to that in a minute. Why?
Okay.
But starting with Auburn and Arkansas. I think Arkansas takes this one, and
Yeah,
they got to bounce back from their two tough losses in a row. But I just think that they're more physical, more dominant team. Auburn will keep it close though because some craziness, but Arkansas wins this one.
Yeah, I got Arkansas winning this one too in a close game. I think Bo Nix for Auburn showed a little bit more offense last week, not enough to kind of surprise me or impress me yet. But I think Arkansas is doing well. I think if
they were beating Georgia for about like 2-3 minutes.
For 2 or 3 minutes, I think if KJ Jefferson can step up his offensive game a little bit, then Arkansas will be in a much better position. But I am going to take Arkansas in this game.
Gotcha. Florida LSU. Ed Orgeron's getting fired. I mean, can you imagine winning a title and then 2 years later getting fired?
You're fired. Yeah,
but
I got Florida in this game as well, and I don't know what happened to LSU. I mean, if you look at what Nick Saban's done in Alabama, he started off in 2007, won the championship in 2009, won multiple championships, and he's been able to sustain a dynasty. LSU won a championship 2 years ago, and we're talking about, like you said, Orgeron getting fired already. Yeah. So I don't know.
There's a difference between like winning and starting a dynasty and winning and like catching lightning in a bottle, and now it's starting to look more like that for LSU.
Yeah.
So Texas A&M and Missouri. I mean A&M. As long as they don't have a hangover from whatever happened last week.
I'm going with A&M too. I'm interested to see if the A&M's quarterback Calzada can do what he did last week, or is he going to be more reserved? Because last week I feel like he did that because he had no choice. He had to throw the ball, and plus our defense looked horrible. So interested to see how their quarterback plays today.
Agreed. Kentucky and Georgia. The reason why this is not my game of the week is that Kentucky does not have the type of offense I think can challenge Georgia. And that's why. No disrespect to Kentucky. They're having a great year. I would love for them to keep this close. But I just feel like Georgia is just too much. And that defense is maybe one of the best ever. Easily.
I think this is only an interesting game because they're both undefeated. And I think Kentucky's just been lucky to get undefeated right now. But, I mean, I see Georgia by 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. Vandy and South Carolina.
Oh, gosh.
Worst game of the week by far.
I'm just going to go with South Carolina so we can move on to the next game.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Ole Miss and Tennessee, man. I am looking forward.
This is going to be interesting. The line is Mississippi by 1.5. I'm going to go with Ole Miss. I'm going to be honest. I haven't watched too many of UT's games.
They've been scoring. If there was ever a game they could jump up and get them, this would be the game. This is going to be fun. Reason why it's my game of the week, I love scoring. There will be no defense played in this. First team to punt loses. So that is why it's my favorite game. Yeah.
You going with Ole Miss too?
I'm going with Ole Miss though.
Okay.
To take it. Yeah. Keep any kind of hopes they have alive. Keep a great season alive. They're in line for a great bowl. They went out. So
okay.
And then of course Alabama, Mississippi. I was looking at my notes. I don't see what happened with Alabama last week. So I'm just gonna assume they won, and I'm gonna pick them over Mississippi State.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but
okay. So anyway, that was a great little segment. Raj, we appreciate you taking out some time this week.
You don't want to hear what I had to say?
No, not.
Okay, look, Alabama.
So that was really good. I appreciate you being here. Did you have some outro music for us before we start enjoying some football?
Can I talk about the Alabama Mississippi State game?
No. All right, fine. Go ahead and say some stuff.
Alabama hasn't lost 2 regular season games in a row since 2007. I don't think it's going to win. Alabama wins. That's all I wanted to say.
Yes. Thank you, Raj. I love you, bro.
All right. Love you too, man.
Do we have some outro music, or are we only working on intro music?
We're only working on intro. Our budget is severely tight right now, so let's just keep it with the intro music, and we'll get to outro at another time.
Okay. Yeah. All right, bro. Enjoy your garage sale this morning. Enjoy some football. And I'll see you later before we do some NFL picks.
All right, sounds good. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, baby.
All right.